Hi, welcome to this channel. I want to welcome you to this video, and if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe so that you can get um, enriching videos on technology like this for gospel ministers. Think about the last thing that you searched for. Maybe it was a medical symptom, a job opening, or a private financial question. You might think that that search stayed between you and the screen, but if you're using Google Chrome, you didn't just search the web, you whispered that secret directly to the ear of the world's largest advertising company. Chrome isn't just a window to the internet, it's a high-resolution camera that is pointed back at you. It knows your habits, it knows your location, it knows your interest. It often knows these details better than your own family does, if you don't know that. We need to talk about the scale of how much it is that Chrome is doing and how much it is that Chrome is being used. Over 2.5 billion people use Chrome as of now, and it is the undisputed king of the internet. For most of us, going online means opening Chrome. Once most people think of, I want to go online, what they mean is that they want to use Chrome. And this dominance is not an accident. It is the cornerstone of a massive business model. Google doesn't charge you for using Chrome because you are not the customer that they intended. You are the product. Every click, every minute that you spend on your web page is data for Google harvest to build a digital twin of you, which they then sell to the highest bidder through targeted ads. What you must understand is that the business model of Google fundamentally is not tech products, it's advertising. And Chrome is the surveillance system that is designed for that utility. Even if you're not signed into Google account, Chrome can track you, it can track how much time you spend on every web page. And that data is what Google harvests. Chrome can track you across the web using what is called telemetry and embedded trackers found on nearly every site that you visit. While other browsers are built to serve you, the Chrome is built to serve Google's 200 billion a year advertising machine. It's a conflict of interest. A browser is supposed to protect your privacy, but Google's profits depend on invading it. So if your privacy is not invaded, Google doesn't make money. You might have heard that Google is improving privacy by getting rid of third-party cookies. They call this the privacy sandbox, but don't be fooled about it. Instead of letting other companies track you, what Google does is that they do the tracking themselves inside their browser. They'll group you into what is called interest cohorts based on your behavior. It's like a prison warden saying they've protected you by locking the front gate, while they keep the only key to your cell. It's not privacy, it's actually a monopoly of your data. Now, the world is waking up, and that's the truth. But before I leave that point, let me explain a little further that, look, when you think of companies, Microsoft, Google, and several other tech companies that are available, you need to understand that their business model actually powers the way they operate, what they think, how they move, what drives their interest. Now, for Google, most people think that Google is a tech company that produces and provides tech solutions, Google Mail, Gmail, Google.com, the search engine, and several others. But that's not true. The operating model, the business model of Google is not tech products, it's actually advertising. The way Google makes money is actually by providing targeted ads to companies that can pay the money. So the more Google is able to provide target-based advertisement, the more they can build those companies that want to pay them. So that's why the products they build are to keep you using their platform. And the best way, the most used of those their platform is Google Chrome. Some people don't even have Google account, but they use Google Chrome because they think that it is lightweight, they think that it is better. But the truth of the matter is actually that there are better browsers that are faster, lightweight, and that will protect your privacy. There have been, concerns, and there have been research that have been done to see which of these platforms actually is fast. And people discovered that because of the reduction, because of the more what's it called, data embedded that Chrome is siphoning from your computer, from your browsing, and from everything that you do, it slows down their browser. They know about it, right? So, but because these other platforms that I will talk about later in the video, they protect your privacy. Their own mode of operation is to put you first and to put your browsing first. So because of that, they notice that they are faster than Chrome. The world actually is waking up. Government and regulators are currently taking Google to court, arguing that they have used Google to illegally crush competition. Some judges are even considering a breakup of the company, and that is the truth, which could mean forcing Google to sell off Google Chrome entirely. The walls are closing, and it is because the current system is fundamentally broken. Now, there are better ways to browse, and just before I talk about that, I can already imagine the concern that is in your mind right now. The concern is, I have been used to Chrome so much. How can I just move like that to another browser? But let me tell you something that is very important. Your privacy is very important. And if you are a minister or if you are a tech person, you know that you handle a lot of sensitive information. You cannot joke with your privacy. In fact, it should be something that you put as number one. Because if your privacy is compromised, every other thing about you is compromised. Now, mind you, please, when I mention about Google infringing on your privacy, it is not actually in the risk of your security per se. It is rather in the risk of using your time on the internet to target advertisement to you, right? Some people don't find anything bad in that, but most people do, because number one, Google is selling your own presence on the internet to companies that will advertise, through them. And that's why people started noticing recently that how is it that I check something on google.com on the search engine, maybe I browse about medical kits, and then the next time I go to Instagram, I find that advertisement on Instagram. Then the next time I open Facebook, I find that advertisement on Facebook. It is because of the tracking, the telemetry, all right, that proves, that comes up. And trust me, when I first of all came across this information myself, it was a lot, because I have been used to Google. I have maybe close to 10 profiles on Google Chrome, all right? And the switch wasn't easy, but I considered the advantage. When I switched to a better browser, I noticed a faster, less distracting platform, which I'm going to still talk about. The good news is this, that you're not stuck. There are 3 incredible alternatives that put you back in control. Number 1 is Firefox. Some of us already know about Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. It is managed by a non-profit company, and it is fast, it is open source, and it blocks thousands of trackers by default. Firefox was not built to make profit off of advertising. All right, there are other ways that they make profit, but it is not by infringing on your right and on your privacy. They don't sell your behavioral patterns on the internet to their users, to their companies that wants to use them. Rather, they have other ways to make money, and because they are non-profit, they are completely open source. Okay, Chrome also says that they are open source, but it's not entirely true, right? Many things that Chrome does are still closed. You can't access them, and they are not available for those who want to probe into the transparency that is behind their operations. The second browser, which I personally use, is Brave. Built on the same search engine as Chrome, it is called Chromium. So all the favorite sites that you they work very fine on Brave. But it automatically strips out ads and surveillance tools from your browsing experience. I'm going to come back and talk about Brave shortly. The third one, which is for Mac or iPhone or iOS users, is Safari. If you are on Mac or iPhone, Safari is your solid choice. It's highly optimized and uses intelligent tracking prevention to keep advertisers away. Now, let me explain something that I noticed recently when I started using Brave. Okay, one of the things that I ensured in this video is that before I would come to teach it, I was going to do it myself. So I have been migrating my content from Chrome to Brave recently, and one of the things that I noticed was that when I go to YouTube on Brave, I see less ads. There are two ways you can, on your phone, there are two ways you can go to YouTube. You can use the YouTube app, or you can open your browser and go to YouTube from there. I noticed that when I go to YouTube to browse, when I go to Brave to browse the internet and I go to YouTube, I see less ads. At first, I thought probably because maybe those channels I was watching, maybe they didn't monetize their platform. But I noticed that it was consistent. Then there are some other websites that I've visited in the past, which I normally see ads. Once I click a video to watch a video there, I will see the first thing I will see is ad. On Brave, those ads have been completely blocked. I just discovered that when I play the videos now, it leads straight to the videos, no ad in between. That's Brave. Now, you need to understand the amount of time that you are spending on the internet doing things that you did not plan to do, because they will force you to watch ads that they won't pay you for, right? And that is funny. If you calculate how much time you spend, 10 seconds there watching ad, 5 seconds there watching ads, another 2 seconds there, you've spent 1 minute, you've spent 2 minutes of your time watching ads by companies that won't give you a dime of their own revenue. And on Mozilla Firefox and on Brave, which I am using Brave, I can guarantee that your distractions through ads are going to dramatically reduce. Now, making the jump, right, it's actually easier than you think. On both Mozilla and Brave, they have provision for you to simply import your data from Chrome to their browser. And it is seamless. I have done it myself. Like I said, I ensured that I moved myself before I come to teach people how to do it. Let me also do it myself. And I did that for some time, and I am enjoying it. My browsing is faster. I'm not distracted anymore. All right. So all modern browsers now, they allow you to import your bookmarks, your passwords with one click. I've been able to download my password, safely from Chrome, and then import it easily to Brave, which took me just few seconds. Right? Then also search engine, and this is my advice to you: don't just change your browser, change the search engine as well. Move to safer browsers like DuckDuckGo or Brave Search. They don't track your history, they just give you the liberty to use the internet the way you want. The final step is this: once you've moved your data to Chrome, to Brave or Mozilla, do the unthinkable, or install Chrome. That's the next step that I'm trying to do now, because like I mentioned, I have a lot of profiles that I've been using on Chrome. So as soon as I've successfully moved everything to Brave, my next step is to uninstall Chrome completely. Why? Because when you do that, you remove the tracker from your hard drive for good. Every time you open your browser, you make a choice. You can choose a tool that treats you like a resource to be mined, okay, which is what Chrome does, or a tool that treats you like a human being with a right to privacy. Speed, security, and peace of mind are just one download away. It's time to stop being watched. It's time to switch. Take control of your data today. Now, the last thing I want to say is this. This thing we are talking about, moving from Chrome to Brave or Mozilla, we're not talking about destroying or removing your Google account. Your Google account is separate from the browser that you use to access the internet. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Your Google account is still intact. Your Gmail, your Google account, your access to YouTube, your Google Meet, and every other service, Google Classroom, that Google provides, they are 100% intact. What we are saying is that change the means, change the medium through which you access the internet. Instead of using Chrome, use browsers that protect your privacy, like Mozilla Firefox and Brave. And if you are using Mac or iOS, use Safari. It is very important that you protect yourself so that you don't get distracted and you can save a lot of time. Before I leave you, I mentioned two amazing features that I've discovered on Brave, and which they've been there for, of course, since their creation. Brave. Now, the first thing is what the tracker does. The Brave ad blocker. It will indicate to you how many ads it has blocked actually within the time that you have used Brave. Right. Then the second thing is that Brave actually has what is called the reward. The Brave reward allows you to voluntarily choose whether you want to allow Brave to show you some ads. These are not ads that are saving your behavior. Now, if you allow them to show you those ads, Brave will compensate you by paying you. And the money can be converted to crypto, the money can be converted to buy things, including tickets for some airplanes. They allow that on Brave, which is very amazing. You know how long you have been using Chrome, and Chrome, Google has never shared a single dime of their profit with you. So I'm hoping that you will make this choice today and you will stop allowing yourself to be milked every time. Thank you.